Hi everyone. I hope you're here. This is my first YouTube live ever, and we will be discussing all things CA final and inter results. And I'm very excited to talk to you all. And I will make sure that we will keep the chat engaged. If you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, you want to connect with the community about your results, then let's keep the questions coming in. So I will just wait for a couple more minutes and then we shall begin. Wait for everybody to join in, whoever had their CA final results today. I'm sure it's a big day for you, whether it was positive or whether it was negative. I'm sure there are a lot of thoughts going on in your mind. And it's not an easy journey. I've been there. I cleared my exams finally in 2015 after facing failure for some time. So I have definitely seen all of it, the good and the bad. So I can see the poll coming in now. Some of you have passed, some of you have failed this attempt. Um, and I know it's not easy either way. If you've passed, you're like, oh my God, what do I do next? And if you've failed, then of course you're absorbing that and you are still trying to understand what went wrong. So we'll discuss both scenarios today, whether what to do if you've passed and what to do if you failed, especially. I hope you can all hear me okay. Yeah, great, great. Thank you. Hi, Mihir. Hi, Harshit. Nice to see you all. I'm still seeing some people put in their votes. So just please vote whether you were able to pass the exams, the CA final or inter exams this time. Yes or no. Mihir, congratulations. You passed CA inter. That's great news. That's wonderful news. Well done. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'm sure you and your family are very excited, very happy. Um, but I think a lot of us face failures and a lot of us then take it very personally, and that's what starts to drain our confidence, and I have honestly been there. So I'll quickly give you my story. So for those of you obviously who know me, my name is Meher Sindhu Batra. I cleared my CA finals in the year 2015, but my first attempt for CA finals was in 2013. So in 2013, I gave both the groups because all my friends were giving both the groups. This is for CA finals. Luckily, inter and CPT, etc., I cleared all in the first attempt. I got stuck in the finals. So in 2013, when I gave my first set of final exams, because of peer pressure and just like general pressure I put on myself always to set higher goals for myself, I ended up taking both the groups and I ended up failing both the groups. And that's the first time I failed in my life. That was the first time I faced any kind of failure. So I didn't take it very well. The next attempt that I gave was I gave only one group and I ended up passing that group. After that, my mental and physical health was in a very bad state. There were some things going on personally in my family as well. So because of those reasons, I didn't clear the next two attempts of the other group as well. And then I finally cleared in 2015, and I know what feeling you are going through if you haven't cleared this time, because it is something that is not talked about enough, how our professional achievements and our professional challenges and mishaps really affect our mental health as well as our physical health, our confidence. All these things start to get affected, and I think that time, I always say, is was the most challenging and the darkest time of my career. So if you are definitely going through this right now, please remember that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we will talk a little bit about how you can plan and how you can pick yourself back up, because I've been in your position. For those of you who have passed, congratulations. There is just so much that I can say. This is just the beginning for you. There's so much more to come, and the CA chapter was just a part of your entire career story, like just one chapter, one page of a book. There's so much more that you're going to experience in your career, and this is only the beginning of all your achievements. So yes, I can see a lot of comments coming up. Harshita's asking, is doing CA was your only goal before starting? Harshita, actually, the reason why I started doing CA was because I wanted to prove myself, to myself as well as my family, as well as my friends, that I am somebody who's intelligent, that I'm somebody who's capable of doing such a difficult degree. I think it was just because I was a commerce student and I didn't know what were the other opportunities available for me. I didn't have a very big inclination towards accounting, but I just got into the degree because I wanted to prove myself, and I took the most difficult degree that I could find to do that. So yes, when I started doing CA, my ultimate goal was just to clear CA and become a CA. I did not know what I'm going to do with that degree. I did not know what would be the outcome of that degree or that achievement, or how long it's going to take me. And that's why I always tell my students through my videos, please be aware of, what you're starting this degree. It's going to be a long term commitment in terms of time, money, and effort. It's going to take a long period of time. And because of that, you need to be very sure and very certain whether this degree is for you or not, right? So let's just talk quickly about people who have passed the exams this time. Firstly, congratulations, it's 33% of you. And I would just say that this, like I said, this is just the beginning of your journey, and there's so much more to come. I think what you need to start doing now, if you've passed the exams, if that's final or inter, think of it as now a stepping stone to the next chapter of your career. So always think, okay, now I'm getting to be a professional. How do I showcase myself as a professional? So it's very important to see, okay, maybe I can start using LinkedIn as a platform where I showcase myself, I build my personal brand, I start talking a little bit about my expertise, my specialization. And I've talked about this before also, that LinkedIn is a tool which is completely free, that we don't use much. And I think as CA students especially, we don't put it to much use. But now I see some LinkedIn CA influencers coming up. So you don't have to be an influencer, but still, like, sharing learnings from your articleship, sharing learnings from, the ups and downs of your CA journey will be really useful to do on LinkedIn. Please make sure, my friends, you're using LinkedIn as a free platform, because that's where what will come handy once you qualify permanently, and once you will want to look for a job, once you want to make a change in your career. So please make sure you're actually taking other time to build your LinkedIn profile. And I have a masterclass on this coming up that you will be able to sign up for very soon. It's going to be a end-to-end LinkedIn optimization masterclass that you can sign up for and download, have lifetime access to it. You can watch it as many number of times as you can. So I will be sharing my learnings of LinkedIn with you very shortly as well. Other than that, another thing I want you to start thinking about is, and I've seen a lot of my students don't do this, I want you to introspect as to what went well in your whole CA journey, what didn't go well so far, what are the things you could have changed, what is your now plan for the future, what are you working towards. Because what happens is, when you have CA exams to work towards, we are working towards it, very good. But after the exams are over, we feel a little lost, like, what is next? What is the next thing I need to achieve? What is my next goal? It's very important to have something else that you're working towards next, right? So be very defined in your thinking as to, okay, I've cleared one set of exams, what do I want to do next? Do I, once I become a CA, now do I want to do a job, or do I want to, start my own practice? Do I want to do completely something different? Do I want to study a little bit more? So that's what I want you to start thinking about. Okay, what is my long term CA career goal? What are the domains that are available for me? Am I interested in tax? Am I interested in audit? Am I interested in nothing out of all of these? And I want to pivot my career completely. Those are the kind of questions that you need to start asking yourself. In fact, you should start asking yourself those questions during your journey. But now that you've cleared your exam, you need to be very, very sure, okay, now what is next for me? And you need to define that for yourself. So talk to as many number of people who have cleared this time, or maybe last few times, few attempts ago they cleared, and now what are they doing with their lives? As many number of people you can talk to, you will be able to get a better idea as to what your career path can look like. So it's very important to have clarity of where we're heading, what is our long term career goal, so that we can work towards it. So please remember, my friends, I actually definitely felt very lost after I cleared my exams, because I was like, okay, now what am I doing? I luckily had a goal of working towards an MBA degree, but many of my students don't have that, and after that they feel very demotivated, they feel lost. So after success also, one can feel a little isolated and a little lost. So even if you've been successful, please make sure that you're working towards some goal or the other that you have yourself set for yourself. So whether that's continuously upskilling yourself, whether that's doing some extra courses, that's doing another masters or something, maybe you want to start your own business, maybe you want to pivot your career completely. So those are the things you need to start thinking about and building upon now, especially if you have cleared one group or two groups of your CA final or CA inter. Another thing I would say is that if you have cleared one set of exams, one group of exams, and you still have the other one to go, please make sure that you're introspecting as to what went well in this attempt, what you cleared the group for a reason. So why did you clear it? What is it that you did really well? What is it that you need to replicate studying again for the next 6 months, right? So you need to make sure that you are not making the mistakes you made earlier, and you're learning from the things that you've done well. So let's say you use the institute's material and that went really well for you. Or maybe you did a lot of practice tests. So you have to make sure that you keep the momentum up for the next group as well. Don't take success in such a positive manner that you completely forget that you still have another group to study for. So in case you have only cleared one group this time, please remember that is still, you still have to complete the other group. So don't take it too easy. I think that's what probably happened with me. When I passed one group, I was just like floating in the sky so much that I started taking things for granted. So don't let time go by too much. Don't waste too much time, and start preparing and planning for the next group for sure. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. I will definitely get to all of them. Yes, Kshitij, LinkedIn is really worth it. I think it is definitely. I have been able to find so many jobs, internships, and so many business opportunities. In fact, through LinkedIn, and some of my closest friends are now people who I met through LinkedIn as well. So I really want you to please don't listen to the noise. Every social media has its own pros and cons. LinkedIn is a professional social media platform, and I have a tutorial coming up. The next week's video is on this, where I'm going to teach you how to build a LinkedIn profile from scratch. So definitely do check that out. I personally feel LinkedIn has helped me a lot, and I've never heard somebody say that, oh, LinkedIn has been completely useless for them. You have to put in the heart and the soul and the effort to make it work for you, right? So dedicated time to build any social media platform. Okay, now let's talk about those people who have unfortunately not cleared this time. Like I said, I have been in your position. I have been somebody who did not clear the CA finals in the first attempt. Again, it was the first time I faced failure in my life, because I was a straight A student. I always did well in school, and I always did well in college. But once this happened, I didn't take it very well. And I want to tell you that either way, life works out, right? Like 10 years from, like 10 years ago to now, does it really matter how many attempts I took? No, but I still use that time and think about that time as probably the most challenging time of my career, the darkest hour of my career. And I had those lessons learned from it, that I emerged stronger from it, mentally and emotionally, and also understood career wise what I want my life to look like. So definitely don't take it too hard, don't take it personally. It's not a personal rejection, right? It's one aspect of your life, it's not your entire life. So CA yahan hai and life bahut badi hai. So I want you to think about it like that, that I'm not just somebody who's defined by this one degree. Don't feel ashamed or afraid. It's okay, you're not the only one, right? There are so many of us here who haven't been able to clear it in the first attempt. So please don't be so harsh on yourself. Be kind to yourself. This is the time when you need to love yourself a little bit more, and surround yourself with people and positivity who will push you up a little bit at this time. So please don't feel really bad for yourself beyond a point. I'm not saying that completely ignore the failure. No, I would say heal from it, reflect on it, what went wrong, and then make a plan of what you can do better. See, there are no failures, I feel. It's only lessons learned. So whatever you've learned, you need to improve on it. You need to fail forward, is what they say, right? Fail, but fail forward. All the successful people that we know today have faced some kind of failures in their life. So you're not the only one. You will never be the only one. So please never ever take it like a personal attack, or like a personal analysis of who you are as a person. It's not. It's just one part of your life. That's something that I would really like to say. Please, life works out either way. It's completely normal. Take some time off. And I would also say that please don't consume too much social media, because if you go on LinkedIn right now, you may see people talking about passing and clearing and becoming qualified, right? I don't want you to consume that kind of information right now, because you're in a very sensitive position. You're completely in this state where you need to heal yourself. So if you go and see positive news too much, it'll just make you feel bad about yourself. And that's exactly how these social media platforms work. At the end of the day, people talk about their successes, nobody really talks about their failure. And that's why I want you to please not use social media, at least for the next 48 hours, because otherwise you'll just feel more guilty, more sorry for yourself, and drown in self pity. And I don't want you to do that at all. So please cut off from social media, cut off from relatives who are making you feel bad, friends who are showing off that they have passed and you haven't. Don't talk to them. Like, this is the time when you need to heal yourself, take care of yourself. And whether that means distracting yourself, doing something else, picking yourself back up, maybe going for a long walk, or maybe a 2-day holiday, whatever works for you. Please make sure that you are not consuming anything that is going to affect your mental health right now. That's super important. And that is something that can happen to a lot of us if we get consumed in looking at other people's successes rather than their failures. People who have failed probably won't talk about their failures, but the people who have passed will be like, oh my god, my parents are so proud today, this has happened, that has happened, I finally got CA on my name. All of that will only make you feel sorry for yourself. So please consume less social media as much as you can, especially for the next week or so. Then another thing I would really want you to do, which is something that worked for me, is I really believe in the law of attraction and manifestation, etc. So I would really want you to start visualizing yourself successful as a successful CA, as a successful entrepreneur, as a successful corporate CEO or something. Whatever is your goal, I want you to start imagining yourself like that. I want you to start thinking, okay, if this was a person that I'm going to be one day, this is just a hurdle, it's just a speed breaker that is coming in my journey that I'm going to talk about later, right? So think of it as a challenge that you're going to overcome later, and you're going to talk about this time as a period that you had to go through, that you had to endure to get to next level of success, right? So just always remember that universe has a bigger plan for you. Things work out when they're supposed to work out. Believe in yourself, the best is yet to come. Always tell yourself the best is yet to come, better days are ahead of me. This is just something that I need to go through right now. It does not define the rest of my life. You know how they say a bad day doesn't mean it's a bad life. So always tell yourself that it's okay, breathe, it's okay, I'm going to visualize this successful person that I'm going to be one day. I have to go through these setbacks so that I reach that version of myself, right? It's just a test. You are being put to test. How you're going to adapt and how you're going to react to this test is what will determine your next level of success. So please make sure, if you believe in the law of attraction, definitely watch my manifestation video on YouTube. It'll really help you feel a little bit more positive and reassure you a little bit. Another thing I want you to do is, like I said, failing forward and lessons learned is important. And that's why you need to sit down and see what went wrong. It's important to analyze what went wrong so that we don't make the same mistakes again, so that we don't repeat those mistakes again. So you need to introspect. You need to literally, like, just self reflect and give feedback to yourself as how a boss would give feedback to you. So I want you to start writing down, okay, these are the things I did not do this time. So talk to a friend, maybe once you've healed, on what they did right, someone who's passed, and see if you can do the same for the next attempt. So maybe you didn't do enough practice tests, maybe you didn't do institute's material, maybe you started a little too late, maybe you were not able to finish your paper on time, you need to do better time management, maybe you didn't cover some of the most important chapters that you were supposed to cover. So all that will be based on the strategy that you set now. The next level of success will only come if you don't repeat these mistakes again. So it's very important for you to introspect, figure out, okay yaar, ye maine galti ki thi, ab meko ye improve karna hai. Whatever it is for you, you need to understand, and you will be the only person who will be able to do that analysis. And I'll give you my own example here. So the reason why I passed the last time that I passed my CA exams is because I made it a game for myself. I made things fun for myself. I used flashcards. I did quizzes with my dad. My dad used to quiz me these random bits from the study material. I used only the study material. I did all the revision test papers. I did all the scanner questions for the last 10 years. That is what made me realize, okay, Meher, shit, why was I not doing this before? So I want you to think and make it a game for yourself. Don't take it as something that, oh shit, it's draining, I have to do it again. No, take up the challenge and be like, I'm going to pass this time. I'm going to pass this time because I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to pass this time because I'm going to do more papers. I'm going to pass this time because I'm going to make my friend or my family member quiz me. So make it a game for yourself. Set targets for yourself. Set milestones for yourself. You get some colored paper, colored pens, whatever works for you. Make it interesting, make it a game, and that'll make you increase your motivation, because picking up the same books and reading again is very demoralizing. I've been there. I was so ready to almost donate all my books at the end of it, but I will definitely say that there is always something that we can do better in order to improve our performance, right? So think of it as something that you're going to sit and do. Okay, this is what went right, this is what went wrong, and then put on some motivational music, write down some motivational quotes around your room. You know how I have my post-it notes at the back that really motivates me. I would really say, put this down for yourself and make it a challenge and make it a game to do better next time, right? That's definitely very, very important. Another thing I would say is that maybe if you are somebody who feels like something went wrong and you were not accurately marked, or you were not judged properly on the basis of your marks are not as per what you were expecting, you can always send them back for verification and see what went wrong, so that you can analyze whether your thinking is right or not. So that's definitely another thing you can do, is send the papers for verification, get your get the answer copies, see what were your weak points, and that will help you gain better introspection as well. Okay, maybe I should have written five more points in this answer, or maybe I did not. Oh my god, I completely missed writing this answer. Whatever it is, if you can please get your answer sheets back, that will be really useful for your own introspection. So those are all the tips that I wanted to share with you all, because I am someone who has been in your position, both in terms of failing and passing the exams. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. But now I will just quickly answer all your questions. Hi, Papa. My dad is online. I'm just saying hi to my dad. Okay, great. Hi, Mihir. So nice to see you here. Thank you so much. Mihir, Arya, I have a video on CV making tips. I will definitely make more on this topic. Thank you so much, Shitij, for saying congratulations. How was it clearing foundation, intermediate, in first attempt? I think for me, it was just completely such a positive feeling, because I got a distinction in my foundation and I didn't expect it. I just had so much fun studying for the foundation. And intermediate in the first attempt, again, like I said, I was a very organized student. I was a very A grade kind of a student. So when I passed, I just made everybody proud. In fact, including me, I was just so proud of myself. And then I immediately around that time, I ended up getting an articleship experience at KPMG. So there were just so many things that I was proud of back to back. So it was definitely a surreal feeling, and a moment that I'm always going to be proud of and hold close to my heart. I think I've already answered the LinkedIn question. Harshita, are you an entrepreneur now? Are you doing job? Harshita, after working in the corporate world for 8+ years, I'm now an entrepreneur helping all of you here. My time is dedicated to helping my community. So yeah, this is what I do full time now. It was a big decision, a tough decision, but I ended up taking it. What are all the other opportunities for a CA student that must keep as a backup? Others, there are so many opportunities. Yeah, there are unlimited opportunities for you. You have to understand what are your interests, what are your passions, what are your hobbies, what do you want to do next. That has to be aligned to your long-term career goals. So maybe you're in a degree which is related to finance, but you have no interest in finance, right? So then I would say you have opportunities in marketing, in HR, in data analytics. There's just so much you can do now. So lot of options. But I would say, as a CA student, one of the skills that I feel a lot of students have it missing, and I was one of them, is communication skills. So I would really say that you need to start building your communication skills as a CA student right now. How you're going to speak in interviews, how you're going to carry yourself, your body language, how confident you are. These are the things that are going to help you get a job at the end of it. They are not going to see, okay, you may have got a rank or you may have cleared in the first attempt, but if you go in for the interview and you can't communicate your story, then they'll be like, okay, next person please, right? So you have to start building your communication skills early on in your CA journey. And if you are towards the end of your journey, it's okay, it's never too late. Start doing it now. So start reading, start speaking, start being more confident. See more YouTube videos, your TEDx talks, etc., of how confident people carry themselves. Try to replicate that in your day-to-day communication style, and there's nothing to be nervous about. You're a student, you're somebody who's a professional, you're doing a professional degree, one of the toughest degrees in India. Not everybody's able to do that. I still say it with pride that I am a CA, because people recognize the amount of effort and the amount of courage and just the willpower that takes to clear this degree, right? So definitely something that builds a strong willpower and a strong work ethic. So be proud of those things, and showcase that to interviewers and whoever you speak to once you do sit for interviews, for sure. Okay, gonna take one more question. Okay, so Bhutra says, can you make a video on the scope of ACC in India? Okay, sure, Bhutra, I will definitely do that. A lot of ACCA requests come very often. I do have one video on ACC on my channel, so if you haven't seen that, check that out. But in the meantime, I would definitely. Sorry, your name is Suraj. I think your surname was first. So Suraj, I will definitely make a video on ACCA. Okay, Harshita, your question: is it okay to give first attempt of CA foundation in second year of college? Yes, why not? Why not? You can definitely do that. Do give the degree, the exams, as much importance as you can whenever you want to. Do the degree if you want to do it yourself. Don't do it under pressure. Don't do it to just for the sake of it, because your friends are doing it, because all commerce students do it. No, you have to be very, very sure as to why you want to do this degree. You need to be aware of what are your options afterwards, whether you have an interest in any of those career options. If not, then this degree is not for you. You need to do it only if you're 100% sure. Okay, great. Adarsh is say, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bala. I'm so happy that you liked my speech. Adarsh, your interest is more on the practical subject. I don't know other than MBA, data analytics, CA, CMA. What do you mean by practical subjects? If it's finance, I would say then there are finance. Mein, there are so many options. If you like data analytics, you can explore. I would say, Adarsh, do some kind of short courses online and talk to as many number of people to figure out what could be your career path after this, right? There's so much information now. 10 years ago when I was in your position, I didn't have so many option didn't have so much information that I could look at. In fact, when I decided to do an MBA after my CA, there was nobody else I knew who had done MBA after CA, right? There was literally nobody. So whenever I spoke to somebody that I'm going to do an MBA, people made fun of me, like, why the hell you want to do an MBA now? You're a professional, all of that. But I had that dream, I had that goal that I am going to do an MBA. So surround yourself with people, talk to as many number of people, get information, and then make a decision for yourself. All right. Okay, great. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. This has been super fantastic. I've had a good experience going live on YouTube, my first time ever. If you want more such lives on different topics, please do let me know. Okay, I'm just going to take two more questions and then I shall end the live. Shitij is saying, ma'am, I just gave my foundation attempt. I'm learning stock market as it's a free time. Can it be worth it? Shitij, I say no knowledge or no experience ever goes to waste, right? I also did the NCFM exams along with CA. You have to be sure as to what you're going to do with that degree, what you're going to do with that knowledge. Don't accumulate degrees just for the sake of it. You have to have an interest in stock market to be able to, build a career in that as well. So be very sure as to why you want to do a stock market degree. There's nothing wrong in doing a degree or a course if in your free time. Okay, and I'm going to take another one, which is CS executive student, first group cleared. Congratulations. I'm stuck in the second group because of limitation of time since I'm working in resource management in one of the big fours. See, you have to see what is your priority. You need to clear the exams, or working is more of a priority. You need to set those deadlines for yourself. You need to talk to your boss, you talk to your manager that you need more time to clear these exams. Another thing I would say is that if it's taking a toll on your time, on your mental, physical health, then you need to prioritize studying. If you really want to finish your CS degree, then you need to set those boundaries for yourself, right? So please make sure you're setting those boundaries for yourself. Nobody else is going to come and do it for you. um, Kavya, thank you so much. I'm so glad you like my videos. Can you make a video on US CMA CPA, which is a better option to go for? Sure, I will make a video on CMA CPA. But I will say one thing, Kavya, there's no right or wrong as to which degree is better. Both degrees will be equally good, right? Both degrees will give you good work opportunities. Now, whether that's comparing ACCA with CA, CMA, CPA, CFA, these are all good degrees to have. There is no one better than the other. Your career path will look a little bit different if you pursue each of them. So there's no such thing or right or wrong, better or not better. You need to understand which is the degree that is more aligned to your long term career goals, which is more aligned to what you want to do next, which is more aligned to your interests, whether you'll enjoy doing this degree or not. So for example, after CA, all my friends were doing CFA. I decided to enroll into it, but when I went through the syllabus and the course, it was not something that I was passionate about, because I did not want a desk job crunching numbers on an Excel spreadsheet all day. That was not my vision for my career. So I decided not to take the CFA exam, right? So you need to be sure as to what is the degree that you will enjoy more. So there is no one is better than the other ever. I'm never going to say that CPA is better than CMA or vice versa. All right, you need to do that analysis yourself. Okay, great. Okay, Harshita, you said you need more live videos. I'll make sure it's coming. Okay, great. I think I've covered all the questions. Thank you to everybody who joined in, and I can see my parents also joined in, so hi to them. Sorry, Sahil, the video is lagging. I'm trying to, be as prompt as possible. Thank you so much, Avishek Guru. Thank you so much that you find my videos useful. So sweet of you. Yes, I hope to see you in one of my one-to-one mentorship sessions too. You can sign up on msbvision.com if you're interested for a session with me. We also have Harshit from our team who does CA specific mentoring because he cleared the CA exams in the first attempt. He's worked at GT and one of the mid-sized firms in Lucknow. So he has a really good pool of experience. If you need any mentoring, definitely sign up for a CA mentoring session with Harshit on our website, msbvision.com. Okay, great. I would just say, okay, Raja Shekhar, thank you so much for your kind words as well. Harshini saying, going for MIM is a good decision, cleared my CA final single group. Going for MIM is a good decision. Okay, you've cleared your single group, Harshini. So what about the second group? Are you going to go for MIM without your second group? You don't want to finish the CA degree. I would still say if you can finish it, it's good. If you can't, then if you MIM is a great option. You can always take the CA final exams after the course is over as well. Okay, great. Thank you so much, everybody who joined in. I will end the live now, and I'm looking forward to more such conversations with you all. This has been super fantastic for me, and lots of love to all of you, and always, always lots of best wishes. Okay, good night and take care. Bye bye.